KSLA News 12 starts with breaking news.
Breaking news at 5 o'clock. Bossier City Police have now named the suspect and victim in the Horseshoe parking garage shooting. We were the first station to tell you about this shooting last Friday night on KSLA News 12 at 10. Just minutes ago, Bossier Police say 58-year-old Jimmy Hall Sr., a casino employee, shot and killed 48-year-old Louis Reno, another casino employee, on the 5th level of the parking garage at the Horseshoe Casino just before 9 o'clock Friday night. Police say Hall tried to kill himself after the shooting. Right now, he's recovering at a Shreveport hospital. Police say they have obtained a warrant for Hall at this hour. They will charge him with second-degree murder once he's released from the hospital. A supposed dumpster diver made a gruesome discovery this morning at the Cordova Court Apartments in Bossier City. It was a body, and the case is now being described as a homicide. Jeff Farrell is live at the apartment complex at the foot of the Shreveport-Barksdale Bridge at this hour. Jeff, you've been at the scene all day. What's the very latest out there?
Well, start from the beginning. Police were called out to this scene about 9:30 this morning from that alleged dumpster diver, as they're calling it. And I tell you, from there, they have been trying to figure out exactly what happened. But we will say that this is normally described as a quiet apartment complex. Authorities are being so tight-lipped about the case, they will not give any information about the male victim, not age or even if it's a resident of the Cordova Court Apartments. They also won't say if there's any obvious trauma to the body or if it might be a shooting, stabbing, or something else. But several tenants confirm it is a middle-aged man who lives here and is best known by others as, quote, the guy who always plays loud music. And we came across three sisters shocked about the crime.
Like, for real, for you to find a body in the dumpster and somebody said they put the mattress on top of it.
Was he just slumped over or anything?
They won't tell us exactly what.
So they won't, okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Police tell us the coroner arrived on scene to investigate, and the body was left in the dumpster as to not accidentally destroy any potential evidence. A police spokesperson also told us they were going to be here a while. That was hours ago, as investigators processed the scene looking for any insights. And back here live at the scene, we should point out that the dumpsters where the body was located have been removed from the scene. Those are brand new. We should also point out, talking about processing the scene, Bossier City Police have utilized this very high-tech, sophisticated equipment. What it does is it saves the entire crime scene in 3 dimensions that you can look at on the computer, save on the cloud, and go through it again anytime you want to search for any kind of clues. Reporting live in Bossier City, Jeff Farrell, KSLA News 12.
New at 5 now, deputies in Calcasieu Parish are still looking for answers after they say a Fort Polk soldier and his girlfriend allegedly killed his wife. Hundreds of you have shared this story after we posted it on our Facebook page today. Deputies say they caught up with the driver in Lake Charles. That's when they found the woman's body in the trunk and arrested 22-year-old Logan Kyle and his girlfriend, 24-year-old Sarah Parker. Deputies say 2 toddlers were in the car at the time of the arrest. Both children are now in state custody. One witness says the incident is surreal.
It was kind of shocking because stuff like that, you know, we normally don't see stuff like that around here happen. But they had 2 kids in the car. That's real sad because you don't know what they witnessed, you know, before they got to that point. You don't know what the kids witnessed.
Army CID authorities picked up Kyle. Calcasieu deputies are still investigating the homicide at this hour. Right now, a Shreveport teen is fighting for his life just hours after he was shot in the head. Police say he was shot just before midnight at the intersection of Frederick Street and Meredith Avenue. Witnesses told police the teen, his brother, and 2 friends were standing outside when they were struck by a drive-by shooter. A man living down the street says these shootings are all too common in the Queensboro neighborhood.
You never know which way the bullet gonna go, or who we gonna hit, or who a horse was, you know. Mm-hmm. You just pray and hope that you don't be the one. Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about this shooting, call Shreveport Crime Stoppers, the number on your screen. We will update you both on air and on our KSLA News 12 app once police have found a suspect.
KSLA First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. On a lighter note, we've actually had a fairly decent Monday out there despite some cloudiness. Temperatures warmed up nicely after a chilly start. Quiet weather does not last all week, though. We've already got our eyes on the next weather maker, which is going to be coming in around midweek. Storm system will pass south of the Arklatex around the Gulf Coast, but we'll be on the northern edge of it and close enough that we're going to get some rain out of it. In fact, some steady rain likely, but we will start to dry things out pretty quickly during the day Thursday. I'm going to track this out for you in much more detail with the latest on the timing of the rainfall on the way in your forecast a little bit later in the newscast. Just look at your temperatures, and again, keep in mind, we were in the 30s and the low 40s early this morning, so we have warmed up nicely this afternoon despite the clouds. Shreveport at 65, 64 Texarkana, 63 Idabel. We've got 65 degrees over in Marshall, Texas. Headed out for a walk this evening. We should stay dry for it, but we will keep some clouds around, and yeah, you will need the light jackets, but otherwise fairly pleasant. 64 at 5. We're back down to 61 degrees by 6 and in the upper 50s again by 7 o'clock tonight. Back in just a few moments, getting a closer look at that midweek rain and an early preview of the upcoming weekend on the way in your forecast.
Tonight, offering aid to students and parents. That's what Bossier Parish Schools continues to offer after authorities charged a Benton Elementary PE teacher with rape. Tomorrow night, the Bossier Parish School District will host a community meeting to address charges filed against 47-year-old Aubrey Norcross. This comes after the district held a news conference over the weekend to address the charge. Tomorrow's meeting is set for 6 p.m. in the Benton High School gym. Tonight, Norcross remains in jail on charges including first-degree rape and video voyeurism. He is on unpaid leave from Benton Elementary. Bossier Parish deputies claim Norcross sexually assaulted an elementary student on campus. New at 5, uninterested, apathetic. That's how some young voters are being portrayed as early voting starts this week. But tonight, Mola Langhi shares why youth registration is at high levels just before the midterm elections.
It's an age-old question in American politics. Will young voters turn out on Election Day?
We've seen a huge surge in enthusiasm from millennials.
We're seeing engagement like we never have before.
Young voters agree on the stakes.
Could potentially be one of the most decisive elections in U.S. history.
It'll be a huge election to just decide the future of the country.
Daniel Galileo is an 18-year-old college freshman from Maryland. He's a Democrat. Dalton Monemaker is a 19-year-old college freshman from Missouri. He's a Republican. This is the first election cycle they'll be eligible to vote in. Both are part of the 18 to 24-year-old voting bloc that came of age in a politically divided America, shaped by post-9/11 terrorism threats, the Great Recession, mass shootings, and a 24-hour news cycle. In this critical midterm election, Democrats are focusing on health care, while the GOP touts its success with the economy.
And we want to see the growth that we've had continue.
But there's something else animating the midterms.
The election of Donald Trump.
Continuing the president's agenda is something that's on the top of my list.
While the 2016 election woke up his peers, the gun debate is moving them.
Sandy Hook happened when I was in 7th grade, and this has just kept happening over and over again, and there really hasn't been any sort of legislative initiative to help curb this gun violence.
Rock the Vote is a nonprofit that registers and engages young voters. Executive Director Carolyn DeWitt says engaging includes teaching.
They're largely actually self-conscious about their understanding about our government.
DeWitt insists the idea that youth are politically apathetic is bogus.
Young people are incredibly passionate about the issues.
But it is not as much about passion as it is simply about turnout. Mola Langhi, CBS News, Washington, D.C.
Early voting is now underway in parts of the Arklatex. Right now, you can go to KSLA.com or our KSLA News 12 app for a one-stop shop for all of your voting questions. Right now, we posted a story that shows when early voting begins in your state and where you can vote based on your county or parish registrar's office. Well, when you hear the phrase Friday Night Heroes, you may think of a talented high school football player or players who helped their team win the big game. The KSLA News 12 Doug Warner has discovered their school names were named heroes hours before the game ever starts. Here's a preview of tonight's The Good Stuff.
For many of these teenagers in uniform, cheering on the fans, or fighting for yards on the football field. It's about creating the kind of memories that last a lifetime.
When you look back, you say those are supposed to be the best times of your life.
Let's go. Guiding many of those memories is Houghton head football coach Jason Brotherton.
I always say I've got 2 of my own kids and about 140 other kids that are mine on the football team.
We get the ball back, we gotta go, okay?
Calls made on the field Friday night helped lead his extended family to a convincing homecoming victory. But it's the call he and fellow coaches made before the season ever started. It's creating memories for a group of Houghton students, generally not on most schools' game day schedules. Right up there with honoring the homecoming court and the player of the game.
Quarterback Peyton Stover.
A name is about to be called. It's a surprise to every student in the gym.
You try to create something for them to have that just great high school experience.
Diane Calhoun. Isabella Frisk. Ivy Myers. Logan Gannon.
I love those kids.
Come on up, Logan.
Doug Warner takes us inside the Houghton High School gym. It's where the real heroes take center stage in front of hundreds of screaming fans. It's the good stuff tonight on KSLA News 12 at 10.
Well, rain, it's going to be back in just a couple days. We're tracking it for the middle of this work week. I'll take a closer look in your forecast.
The Shreveport Municipal Auditorium has a rich history in the music business, but it's also known for being haunted, and you'll be able to find out all about the ghosts that haunt this place on Halloween. We'll talk about the Municipal Haunted Tours coming up in just a few minutes.
KSLA First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle.
Good afternoon again, everyone. Dry start here on the work week, but unfortunately, it's not going to stay that way all week long. Our next weather maker, as we alluded to a moment ago, coming in around midweek. Rain chances really start picking up Wednesday late in the day. They'll peak Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and then they go back down again just in time for the weekend. We do have another cold front, though, that will swing through on Saturday. Right now, I'm not real convinced we're going to get much in the way of rainfall associated with that, but that is something we're watching. But far and away, our best chance for rain out of the next 7 days is going to be coming up around midweek. I'm going to track it out for you in much more detail coming up in just a second. Here's a look at your forecast tomorrow from the KSLA First Alert weather app, and the good news is will not be as cold of a start in the morning, and it'll actually be a little bit warmer in the afternoon. Some clouds, 53 around 8 a.m. tomorrow, but likely a dry start to your Tuesday. By the noon hour, clouds are starting to thin a bit, 62 at lunchtime. And tomorrow afternoon, not too bad of a day. We'll look for some sunshine increasing after the lunch hour tomorrow, and temperature readings in the upper 60s to near 70 tomorrow afternoon. Could be one of the warmer days that we see this work week. Checking things out here on Live First Alert Doppler radar right now. We got plenty of clouds out there, but rain's been a little tough to find. A couple of radar returns showing up over here toward Nacogdoches in Texas, but a lot of this falling into dry air, so it's evaporating before it reaches the ground. But it is possible overnight tonight here across the southern parts of the Arklatex, you might see a sprinkle or two, but that's going to be about it for us. Let's track it all out for you here with Future Track 5 o'clock. No big weather issues. Cloud cover, though, will continue to thicken a little bit overnight tonight. And you do see around 6 in the morning, a couple little specks of green down there toward Hemphill, Texas. So, again, won't rule out maybe a sprinkle in the far southern Arklatex later this evening or overnight tonight. Through the day tomorrow, though, cloud cover starts to thin out. So as we wrap up your Tuesday, likely it's a little bit more sunshine than we've had here on your Monday afternoon. Overnight tonight, though, the clouds will continue to hang on. Not quite as cold as last night was, but still a little chilly. Temperatures one side or the other, the 50-degree mark. That rain chance I've got at 10%. That's probably being extremely generous. High temperatures around the Arklatex tomorrow. Bounce back nicely. 69 Shreveport, 70 Texarkana, 68 in Marshall, 72 in DeQueen. We'll be around 70 in Natchitoches. We'll call it partly cloudy. A little cloudier in the morning and a little bit more in the way of sunshine as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. Here's that First Alert 7-day forecast. Again, a dry day tomorrow in the upper 60s. Wednesday into Thursday, though, that is when we'll be tracking some widespread rain again. And let's track it all out for you here with Future Track. Much of the day Wednesday may turn out dry, so that's why I'm emphasizing the afternoon and evening hours for the rainfall Wednesday. Here's 6 o'clock. You see the wet weather out to our west. It quickly settles in as we head into Wednesday evening, so by midnight Wednesday night, a good chunk of the Arklatex seeing rain at that that point. We wake up to it Thursday morning, 6 a.m., but this is the worst that your Thursday is going to look as the rain quickly moves out of here, probably by early afternoon Thursday, and then we can look forward to dry weather for the rest of the week. Temperatures will be a little cooler again Thursday, backing off to around 60, making a run back into the mid-70s on Saturday. Again, that'll be ahead of another cold front, but with limited moisture, we may not see much rain out of it, but just a slight temperature drop off again by Sunday, with sunshine returning for the end of the weekend. Well, you may be dusting off those winter coats with cooler temperatures in the forecast, but have you checked your tire pressure? There's a direct relationship between the amount of air in your tires and the temperature outside. If the temperatures drop, so will the pressure in your tires. Meteorologist Kaylee Paluchel explains why this happens in this week's Weather or Not. You can watch it right now on the KSLA News 12 app, as well as our Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels.
And it's funny that she did that because I just had to add air in my tires over the weekend.
Got that maybe little notification that shows up on your dashboard there? Yeah.
Absolutely. So all in all, not a bad week.
Overall, yeah. We got that midweek rainfall, but it's not going to be super active. Not going to be super warm, but not super cold. I think very, very nice fall weather on the way.
Very seasonable.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
Well, we are just days away from Halloween, and James Parrish is live now at one of the places in Shreveport known across the country for spooky fun. James.
That's right, I'm at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium. Yes, this place is known for its rich music history, but it's also known as being one of the most haunted places in North Louisiana. On KSLA News 12 now at 4, I talked about the Peekaboo Door, but right now I'm sitting in section 104, where there has also been some ghosts recorded. And joining me right now is Brandy Evans. She is the Vice President of Communications for the Convention and Tourism Bureau. And I understand that the Sci-Fi Ghost Hunters found something interesting in section 104.
Yes, so there's a premonition over in this area, and there's a photo floating around of this premonition. He has overalls, and so when people come on the tour for Halloween, they'll get to learn all about him and all the other ghosts that kind of occupy this beautiful old building.
That's right. And you can learn all about the great activities or the great ghosts that have been haunting this building on the tours. And real quick, Brandy, tell me about the tours, because I understand that some of the tours are sold out, but we still have some tickets available for the Halloween tour on Wednesday the 31st.
Yes. So for Halloween, the tickets are $20. You can purchase them online at ShreveportMunicipalAuditorium.com. And then if you still want to come and learn about the municipal and its rich history and culture, there are going to be some backstage music tours that we're going to be offering in November and December. And again, you can purchase those tickets online. And believe it or not, there have been some ghost sightings on those music tours as well. So you're never really far from the friendly people who live here.
All right, well, thank you so much, Brandy. And we're going to hopefully maybe meet a ghost sometime as we head towards 6 o'clock this evening, but hopefully we meet a friendly ghost. And so far today, we've only seen some friendly ghosts here in the Municipal Auditorium, so that's a good thing. So don't be too scared if you come on out on Halloween. Remember, you can get those tickets for $20. Still only a few are available, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just checking out the Arklatex Weekend app right now, which you should do and download it to your phone so you can get up to date with all the latest events happening, especially those holiday fun-filled events happening across the Arklatex. Again, ArklatexWeekend.com or download our Arklatex Weekend app. New at 5, should you join an office pool? That's the question several of you are asking tonight after jackpots for Mega Millions and Powerball continue to soar. Christine Romans shares some of the things you should know before getting into an office pool.
There are now more than $2 billion up for grabs this week. Mega Millions offering a historic $1.6 billion jackpot with a drawing Tuesday. And with no winner Saturday, the Powerball is now at $620 million. That next drawing is Wednesday. Now, the odds are long, really long. You're more likely to be hit by lightning or attacked by a shark than to win the Mega Millions. So let's just suspend all reason and dream for a moment and pretend that that office pool was a winner, a winning ticket shared among your coworkers. Well, it could mean a lawsuit, and it could mean years in court to settle the winnings. That's right, it has happened before. So lottery officials and lawyers say coworkers should get everything in writing before throwing money into an office pool. Some other tips: only enter with people you trust. Create rules of the pool. Assign a pool leader who will track the money and the possible winnings. And make photocopies front and back for each pool member. And remember, keep the group consistent. Even if you win a small amount and then you roll it forward, the winnings, right, and buy new tickets, don't add new people to the group if you roll the winnings forward and buy more tickets. Christine Roman, CNN, New York.
Good advice there. That next drawing tomorrow night. Yeah. I don't know. I keep getting nervous. I'm in bed before the numbers are drawn, but then I wake up and I'm waiting to see where the ticket was won and still no winner. So I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yep. Again, remember the two of us.
Right.
If you win, no matter how much.
Yeah. Even though we're not part of your office pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're part of your hearts, we hope. And maybe your winnings. How'd that work?
It worked good, yeah. We'll see how it works out for you. Tomorrow, a good day if you're maybe buying lottery tickets up until the last minute. Weather looks decent for you Tuesday. Temperatures upper 60s to around 70. Tracking that next chance for rain. Another look at that coming up tonight on KSLA News 12 at 6.
Stream KSLA News 12 for free on our new Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels.